you said, I'm gay.
Well, yes.
And I said,
Okay.
I know. That's all. I genuinely remember what I said.
She is not an elite employee.
Okay, welcome to another episode of Becoming 20s podcast / show. And for today's guest, we have an entrepreneur and we also have a fitness tyrant. And also, unfortunately, is my mother. Get in here. Would you like to introduce yourself very briefly?
I am his mom.
Yes. Can we get a name?
My name is Veronica.
Age?
47.
47. Are you really 47?
No.
Okay, anyways. So today's little theme is just going to be about you, right? So before we start, I have a Gen Z question to ask you, and we'll see if you know. Would you prefer gay son or thought daughter? Not that you have either or, you have both. Actually, you have thought gay son, but what is your thoughts? What do you think thought means?
Thinking, past tense of thinking.
What thought basically means, like,
lesbian.
No. Someone who's gone around, who's been ran through.
No, you have to tell me clearly. What does that mean?
It means you can look at it. A hoe, basically. So would you prefer a hoe daughter or gay son?
I mean, what?
You have both, but what if you had the chance to choose? What would it be?
The son.
The gay son. Why would you choose gay son over hoe daughter?
It doesn't make sense. Your question doesn't make sense, right? Why would I need to choose?
But you have to choose.
What?
Gun to your head, you have to choose hoe daughter or gay son.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I guess daughter or not, I think hoe is so rude. I guess it's about self-respect.
Okay, self-respect. So you'd prefer a gay son with self-respect and a whole daughter.
I think so.
Then with no self-respect. So a gay son.
Yeah.
Okay, so this moves on to our next segue onto the next topic, gay son. I want to know, or the people want to know exactly how, or you tell them exactly when you thought, ooh, this one got a little sugar in his tank. You have to tell in detail, and then I'll just follow up with whatever you have to say.
I think I know you were gay when you were 2 years old.
Where were we living?
In Praia Grande, I think.
Okay. What about that time that made you go, ooh, this one's a little
No, it was
gay?
never an ew, but it was, I think I would never forget when you were like that, I think 2, or maybe you were already 3. You were wearing a singlet, I think it was summer, and a
diaper.
underwear. I don't know if it was an underwear, but I mean diaper. And then you were dancing can dance. So it's like, okay, yeah. I think from then onwards.
Remember there was this one show that Daddy took me when he was still working in Macau Tower. There were these showgirls, and I thought, wow.
I think that was probably that
My
time.
gay awakening was I saw the showgirls, and I said, wow.
Yeah.
So, but when do you remember when I first, well, I remember it clearly, but when was there like a time where you asked yourself like, oh, when is he going to come out? Because at that point you properly knew, or what was like the confirming thing that
you never really verbalize it. I mean, you're very obviously gay, but I think at some point
it's like a, if you know, you know.
But I didn't want to just assume, because maybe you're just a soft
A soft.
straight,
A soft.
right?
Soft.
But I think it was the time when I thought, okay, confirm, was when the time when there was this Cinderella movie.
Okay. Oh yes.
The real
Yes.
action, like what? How do you call that move? That
Live
movie?
action?
Live action, right?
Was there
And
live
you
action
said-
back then?
Yes, Cinderella. We were living at Villa de Mer,
Okay.
and you
Oh, yes.
said, I heard you tell your sister, let's play Cinderella. I'm Cinderella. You're the evil sister.
You're the evil sister.
And I'm like,
Yep.
confirm.
Yep.
But you still never really told us you're gay, you know.
Mhm.
So I think.
So from the get-go, you've always been supportive, which I am very grateful for. I have
But did
been
you
very
ever felt
supportive.
that we never ever made you think it was a problem?
I mean, I knew it wasn't a problem for you, but it was a problem for me because I didn't know.
Okay.
Like, I feel like I wasn't a person until senior high school because prior to then I was still finding myself. But from the get-go, you've always been supportive.
Yeah. I think it was never an issue for me. And then, so that was Villa de Mer. And then when we moved to Singapore, there was still never a verbal confirmation. So when we moved to Singapore, I remember I was taking this diploma course for makeup. So I had a couple of like younger, same age as you, 17, 18, right, girls?
I remember this.
So I told you intentionally, right? This was my way of telling you, just come out or not, right? If you were a soft man, right?
Okay.
I said, Kuya, I have this girl for you.
And let me tell you, when she said this, I was shaking in my boots. I said, oh shit. I'm like, oh shit, what do I tell her
It's
now?
perfect. I said, she's perfect for you. She's the same age. She's beautiful. I think you're going to like her. And at that time, really, genuinely, my intention was, I just wanted you to,
Own it?
not own it. I don't know. Maybe it was more like I needed the confirmation. Because I didn't want to just assume also. I don't want to be judgmental of, oh, he's gay. But maybe you're not, you know?
Because shout out to all the, the soft, straight men out there.
Right? I don't know. I really don't know, right? But I think that did it. Like that, I think I got the answer. Yeah. So the purpose of that.
Because
talk-
what went through my mind was when you asked me that, I'm just like, oh shit. And like, do
She
I
never
tell
know,
you?
yeah.
Do I tell you? Or do I not tell you? Because I feel like my actions are gay enough for you to know. But why is she still asking me this question?
Yeah, but I think you can never, you don't want to judge. I never
Yes.
want to judge. So I think to all the closet people out there, I think you need to
You need someone like her
say,
to,
you say. I think,
to pull you out.
because again, your parents, at least for me, I didn't want to assume. I knew it was all. But you see, there was a big difference too. When you told me that you were gay, when you went to Singapore.
Now, could you tell everyone what the situation? Because that one was funny.
Yes. I think so. After that conversation where I told you I found the perfect girl for you, right? I think it took you a few days or a week or
It
something.
took me 2 days.
Yeah.
Exactly 2 days.
See, I don't remember, but you remember, right?
Because I kid you not, the whole time that those 2 days, I was like thinking, I'm like, do I tell her? Even at the dinner table, I'm just like, do I tell
No,
her
but
now?
I was in Singapore. We were in Singapore. You were here.
No, I know. No, I wasn't. I was with you. I was visiting.
No, not
Yes.
yet. No,
I was.
no.
No, I
Here's
remember.
the thing.
Okay.
I clearly remember this, right? The conversation was a phone call, a video call.
It wasn't a video
No,
call.
no, listen
It
to
wasn't
me.
a bus.
No, listen to me.
Okay.
Right? When I told
I'm
you about the
getting
girl.
gaslit.
No, when I told you about the girl, it was a video call.
No, see, this, your
Listen.
old age is coming to you.
Listen.
It's catching up
And
to you.
then you said, I think that prompted you to tell me, Mommy, I'm gonna go to Singapore to visit you. Out of the blue. I've forgotten about the conversation already. Out of the blue. right? So I thought it was just you because you did not ever express wanting to visit us for any reason, busy or whatever, right? So when you said I want to visit you, so I'm like, oh yeah.
shit.
No, I completely forgotten about that conversation, right? So when you got to Singapore, then you said, "Mommy, do you love me?" And I said, "Of course." And then full stop, like then change topic again. I'd forgotten about it, right? You never said anything. Then I think the next day,
we were out getting groceries.
yes. So we were in the bus, right? In the bus, public place. Then you asked, "Mommy, do you remember I asked you yesterday if you love
If
me?"
you
I
love
said
me,
yes. And I said, and you said, I need to tell you something. And then I think you didn't take you too long. You said, I'm gay.
I'm gay. Oh my God.
And I said,
Okay.
I know. That's all I genuinely remember. What I said was, I know.
And I remember that reaction. You go, I know. And you were just looking out the window, thinking about what else to cook for dinner.
Exactly.
And I'm just like, this is not a big deal to you. Which,
Really? Were you surprised?
I was surprised. But at the same time, I wasn't.
It didn't change my.
No, because you were like this. What would you say? You said, I know. I go, okay. So I guess she, from the get-go, knows. Which prompts me to my other question. Do you think that when you grew up, has there been a lot of like gay icons for you to go? Not even gay icons, but it's more like, have you been in an environment where there's a lot of gay people?
I have a very, very good friend, Barry. Remember?
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yes.
So he's super, super gay. I think when we were, like, I was 17 or 18, he was a very good friend. So obviously he was like 10 years.
You were here?
No, in Philippines.
Okay.
So that was many years. No, he go to visit.
Okay.
So he used to still be like you. I guess he wasn't full on. Like he was hiding it. I think I remember him saying his father doesn't approve of him being gay. So I remember teasing him to make him a man, but he couldn't be a man. He pushed me like, oh my God, don't do that.
Stop it.
So I don't know. I guess I saw him being just a nice person as whatever it is. I don't even think of gay or not, you know? Like,
right. Because it's
you know what I mean?
if you like people, you like people.
I think so. At least I think that.
Because back in the day, labels weren't a thing. Well, there wasn't much of an emphasis as it is now.
I think there was. I think they were more sensitive back then.
Okay.
But I wasn't. I think I was never. I was never that. Luckily, right? I don't know why. I don't know what kind of environment that I grew up in that made it easy. You know, you're just a person, right?
So
you're a nice person.
Okay.
You're an honest person.
Okay.
Right?
Yes, you're just nice.
Nice or not, right? Man, woman, it, on under,
over.
you're a whatever, right? Whatever you, what do you call that?
What identify?
Identify.
Oh, okay.
Okay, a human,
human
object,
thing, whatever.
Yes. Anyway, so yeah, I think that's when we found out, and I really think after that, then you become super gay, like super duper.
Oh yes,
your graduation. I remember. I don't say you don't say downhill. I think I really think you were happier. I think you were. I think whether you're aware of it or not, I think you were much more open, like open, right? Because your graduation dinner, apparently, because you did not let us see you.
Oh my God!
You were wearing a lingerie.
I'm going to pop a picture. Yes, I was wearing that. Basically, it was a lace button-up top, and I had like full beat on. I had makeup on. And I had heels.
I don't think that would have been
high
your
enough
outfit.
that I could knock up to Jesus' door, going, "Hello, I'm here."
So I don't think that would have been your outfit if you didn't
come out.
Maybe you'd tame it a little bit.
Yes, I would. wear a suit, but I would wear like a bralette on top of instead of that lacy thing.
I don't know. I've never seen it, but people commented to me. At least people that I know actually was so proud. I have to say, they're so proud that you're proud of yourself. You know, I think
Okay.
that's something.
Which I used to not be, only because I because I just didn't know what to do with my newfound like self. It's almost like being born again, not Christian, but being gay, being born again in the sense that you have this other new thing that you have to traverse into.
But when did you think that, when you finally said it openly?
What do you mean?
Like when did you feel you were new? I thought it's not new. You know
No,
what I mean?
it's no. The second I told you, I felt like there's a new
I see.
a new chapter.
Yeah, I felt that. I think that's my. And you see what's funny is when I told Jeff, my husband.
Okay, yeah. Oh,
He said-
I didn't tell him. Right,
I
but
told
you
him.
told him. You told me that you told him. Yeah.
Yes, and he said, "Good on him."
Yeah.
That's his reaction. Like again, also come on, you have always been as
And
gay as gay can be.
And I was really surprised when I found out that he also had a homosexual uncle.
Yeah.
And I was actually like, oh, good on you too. Good on you. But this also brings me to the other side of like a coming out story, which I'm fortunate enough to not go through. Like to the people who have been like kicked out and stuff like that. Or because of that, there are a lot of queer people who are afraid to come out. And like, what do you have to like, not what do you have to say, but what's like your advice to the people who are having a hard time coming out because of that like preconceived notion, like, oh, what if they're gonna kick me out, or what if, you know?
I think it's hard to say because you don't know what their situation is, right? But I think if you're old enough, and I think if you think you can support yourself, there's no better way to live your life really than to be real.
Real. Well,
Right? So,
well,
I mean,
thank you
hey,
for that wonderful question.
It's true though, right? Don't you think? Like,
Yes,
it's
it's
just
true.
you're happier. You're really, you have nothing. You have nothing
else
to lose. Just
Exactly.
gain. Because it could be two ways. Either A, you're worrying for nothing, right?
Which
you
was
just
her.
correct, right? Or yes, they could not accept you, and that's sad, but that's their problem.
Yes.
You understand?
And
Of
it's
course.
also like you have like people also have to remember that it's not like they are not the problem. It's the parents' problem. Like if I come up to
Yeah,
you.
I mean, I didn't mean that's your problem.
No,
But what
I know,
I'm
but I
saying,
have to
the
add
one
on. I
that
have to
is-
add on, like like the example. Like if I come up to you and you like don't accept me or whatever, it's not a me problem. It's,
Correct. That's what I
it's a
mean.
her thing.
That's what I mean.
Because of how she's been like.
Oh, for
brought
whatever
up.
reason.
Yes.
For whatever reason, right? They if you as a homosexual, is that what you call it?
Yes.
Right? They can't accept you, right? Then that can be challenging, but that's not your fault.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, exactly.
Hopefully that is not your problem, right? Because it's the other person who can't accept it.
Yes.
Right? This is why I said in the beginning of this question, it depends if you can support yourself.
Yes.
Right? Because it's easier to say that, oh, don't care what others think or say if you are independent. But if you are living under your parents'
Someone's
roof,
roof, yeah.
then they kick you out, then it's an issue.
Yeah.
It's harder. But eventually, I think like anything you want to pursue in life, this is something you can pursue. To be open, to be real, right? If you already know in your heart, you tested, right? Girlfriend, not girlfriend, looking, if you are 100% confirmed that this will make you happy, I think then you have to work towards it,
Okay,
right?
yes.
Maybe if you think you're not ready now, you don't. Maybe you're not ready to live in the street, right?
Okay.
So work on your exit plan. Does
Like
that
an
make sense?
escape route. Almost. Anyways,
Yes.
on to the next
Okay.
bits. That was a very lovely conversation.
I think that's more for you than.
Oh yes, I needed closure. But like I said in the introduction, you are an entrepreneur, and I firmly believe that, especially now in like anybody's 20s, you have to try everything once, and you have tried everything at least once. And like I said in like a previous episode, if it sticks, then it sticks. So what were you before you are now? Huh? Does that make sense? Like, you talk us through like before, like when you going into college, what was like your preconceived like, oh, what you are gonna be?
It's too long. It's too long. It's gonna
Okay.
be too long. But
Could you list it out at least?
well, when in university, I think you don't really have a decision that makes sense. I think at least that's how I remember it. You just wanna like take course or degree that most of your friends in high school are taking.
What was the degree you took?
Physical therapy,
Okay.
right? But I remember back then I wanted to be a journalist.
Oh, now's your chance.
Oh, really? But I don't want a journalist that reads the newspaper, because that time there was a war in Middle East.
Oh.
So I wanted to be the one who go, really?
Okay.
That's how. And that at that age, I guess I was already that adventurous, right? So I didn't get to do that course because Papang didn't allow me to go study in.
Wasn't he
different-
there?
No, he was already in Philippines.
Back home, okay.
Anyway, so I took the next best thing, because every Filipino is a nurse or a physical therapist or a
Homewrecker.
caregiver. Anyway, so yes.
Well, yes.
Anyway, so yeah, and then I finished the university. I went here. Okay. When I went here, there were so many jobs. I mean, it doesn't mean you have a degree that you can find a job, right? That you like.
Yes.
But I was so open. I cleaned toilets. I waited tables, right? I was massaging. I was like, I was just. I remember I cry every night with Mamang because she felt so bad. I mean, I never worked when I was in high school or in university, right? Because Papang and Mamang never really agreed to that.
Oh.
He said, if you're studying, you have to concentrate in studying.
Okay.
Don't work and study, because you just will not finish your university. So anyway, that was my first job. And when I was waiting tables, my feet would always hurt when I get home. Like, it was Mamang would massage my feet. We're both crying, and she would say, and she's already here then and working as a housemaid, right? So she said, oh, just go home, I can just support you. And I said, no, I want to stay. So after that, I was working in that restaurant for a couple of months, and then I got hired in one of the hotel as spa therapist. And yeah, then that's where
that's the
I
one
got
that
my
stuck.
that got me into the spa wellness industry. Moved from one property to the next, taking a bigger role, and so on, until I was not just taking care of a spa, it was spa and fitness. That's how I got into fitness also. And yeah, it was just too long. Just many transitions.
That's for another
basically.
episode.
Correct.
Oh, yes. So, for you, it's physical therapy and fitness that was the one that stuck, right?
Yeah.
So, what about your other interests? Because you did baking and you did makeup as well.
Yes.
So, what about those two that didn't stuck as well as?
I mean, I won't say it didn't stuck. When I get interested into something, I really try and
Yes.
be good at it.
You did try.
Be
What's
good at it.
I
was good at
You
it.
did a course. Well, there's this one thing that you did a course that you were questionable. It was the film thing.
Yeah, well,
Girl,
that one, because it was more about technology and gadgets, and I didn't know. But
let me just tell you this: I was basically the one taking the course. Cause she'd go, Kuya, can you help me do this? I go,
oh, because I'm not very good in instructions. So I read the instructions of how to do the editing and all that. I just give up. You know.
okay.
And I'm
Anyway,
like,
so
anyway.
yeah, what about those two?
So I got interested into decorating cakes, but that started with me wanting to please my new husband, Jeff.
What? Oh, okay, that I didn't know. Wait, what?
Oh, because when I met and married Jeff, who's my second marriage, I wasn't working initially, right?
You wasn't.
So, yes,
Oh,
you
yes.
know.
I know. I know.
So I was, I had this idea. No,
Just kidding.
I had this idea where, maybe, because he's working for a big company. So I was like, maybe I'll be like the wife that brings
Oh, when he comes home, welcome home, sweetie.
basket of cupcakes, bring to work.
Okay.
His staff and all that.
Okay.
That was my idea, like,
Okay.
I'm a new
Yeah.
wife of a Western guy.
Of a Western man.
Western
will-
man.
Yeah.
Right.
What was that?
So that started it. As it turns out, I hate baking.
Wait. Oh, that. Oh.
I don't like baking
Okay.
because baking is too precise, and I
And you
need to
hate
wait.
instructions.
I don't like exactly, and I don't
Okay.
like. I don't like waiting. I like multitasking, right?
Okay.
But baking got me into decorating, which I love. Like
But
I'm
it's just.
so
But
precise
if
and so-
not, it's just as much, or if not more, tedious than baking. Don't you think?
yeah, but it's endless, right? And if I screw it up, I could
Just
could
take it
fix
off.
it and make it a brand new invention, but it was a screw up.
Okay.
But baking, you can't screw it up and turn it into something else. You
'cause
just screw up.
It just grew up.
Right?
Yes, like our macaroon cookie.
Correct. Yeah. Correct. Become cookie.
It's a cookie, but not a macaroon
Yes, correct.
cookie. We call it almond cookies.
Yes. So yeah, I went to Australia to learn one-on-one
I
for
remember this.
cake decorating.
How long was that? Like a few weeks. 2 weeks.
No,
remember now.
just 1 week, but it's
Oh.
one-on-one. Right, I went there
You also did one in Hong Kong.
with a few times in Hong Kong.
Yes.
All my equipment was from the US because I didn't want anyone else to do the same, or at least I don't want to do that cake that looks similar to
Yes,
someone else.
and I think I got that from you where I'm so cutthroat. Like, if I'm gonna do something, I better be not like this person.
Correct.
But-
It's just you want to be different. I think this point of difference is very, very, very important
You're
because
just
competition. I would never suggest that you compete with price, because price, for me to lower my price, I don't do that.
Yes.
I
Because if you
usu-
know your worth, you know your worth.
you need to make sure you are worth what,
No, exactly. No, that's
what
yes,
you're
exactly.
charging.
Like if you know what you are charging, then you won't change it. Like you won't
Yes.
compromise for.
Yes, and
people.
if my demand is high, I would up it. Right? You create urgency. Right?
Okay.
Okay, and that was it. And then we went to Singapore because my husband got assigned there, and
For almost
I
2
get
years,
bored. I got bored, so I took diploma course. I was already a makeup artist back then, but I didn't have a formal like education.
But how
on that.
did you get into makeup artistry, like fully into that? Actually, no. I remember back in your club days, back when you were looking for your current husband, you had like a makeup kit, and I would always sneak in, and that's also
Telltale sign.
yes, that's how South Side, but I don't think you knew.
No, I already know. I didn't know you were stealing. But
yes, I'm
yes.
still stealing now, but
Yes.
I will tell you after the fact I stole. So
No.
I would
I didn't
sneak
know.
in and I would see foundation, eyelashes, eyeshadow, and
No,
I'm just
I
like,
didn't
I
know.
want to be part of.
I was making so much money from tips back then, so I didn't know. I just made buying things.
Made so much money from the
No,
cold.
but I was managing a spa and salon, and that the company was, so we offer makeup. I took few small courses in makeup.
Is this Singapore?
No, here in one of the big.
This was before Cosmo? After?
Yes.
Okay.
Before. That's why I said I was a makeup artist before that. Because when I was working for that company, we did fashion show makeup. Okay. Right? Okay. I would do makeup for events. So I wasn't really, I mean, I was more assistant than because it was Barry who was my makeup artist. But of course.
Okay. Under her wing.
Yes.
Under her wig.
So when I went to Singapore, I think the main reason why I wanted to take the diploma course was I want to teach. I think that time I already felt that I liked teaching, passing what I know and charging for it. Basically.
Because that's what I'm sort of feeling now, but with fashion, and because I want to take like my diploma like somewhere else, of course, but also ultimately I want to come back and like sort of teach. In that sense.
So for you to teach,
yes, you need.
I needed a structure, of how can I teach makeup. So when I took that diploma course, I'm like, I see. You take away from that, right? Rather than just, I know how to do makeup. Let's just do like this.
So you weren't there for the certification. You were there to steal. You were there to steal
it definitely made me
ways.
Learn new techniques because it was cream foundation, cream everything. It wasn't.
And you were
something,
all about the powders.
Yeah, it was so almost stage makeup style, right? But it was new to me, where contouring and all that, it was new, but that time. And then I took a lot of fitness courses as well because I was bored while we were in Singapore.
At the same time as the Cosmo?
I don't know if it was at the same time because fitness courses was weekends. So there'd be 2 days on Saturday and Sundays. I'd take that. Okay. So yeah, I took quite a lot of courses in Singapore because all of the courses are in English. Okay. And yeah, then we returned to Macau. And then
here we are.
Yeah. Basically. I started to like teach fitness. I was still I was still determined to do spa related.
Yes, work. On the side as well.
Yeah, because that's my bread and butter. I'm very good at it. I know, and I love looking after people. I love making people feel better. When they come to you exhausted and hating their life, when they're tired, and then you sort of take care of them and fix them. Then they, right? They remember you when they're tired. They would remember you. I think I like that. Right?
Being remembered.
Like, I wish I could get session with Veronica.
Oh, yes.
Like, I would need Veronica right now. Yeah. Something like that, right?
True.
So, yeah, that was it. We came here. I didn't know I would be so busy as a fitness trainer, to be honest, because I didn't really have much experience when I returned. I have certifications, but I didn't have experience. But
teaching.
Like coaching, like teaching.
Okay.
So, yeah, but I guess my love of taking care of people, my innate trainer.
Innate. Wow, that's a big spell. Innate.
Natural.
Yes.
I can do natural.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's what made me. You gotta have buy-in. You always wanna be giving what they need rather than what you think they need.
Right. It's all about following the market. But as I think seeing you do so many things, I feel like I'm, in a sense, following. I don't want to say follow because it's like, oh, I'm still living in your shadow, but I'm like following in what you do, especially in makeup. So, what was your first thought when you found like, oh, I had like a thing for makeup? Like, what was the
You?
Do you remember? Yeah. Do you remember the look specifically that I did that made you go, damn?
Oh, but I always tell you, you're very talented. You're
No,
very
no, that's
natural.
not the point. The point is like,
I don't remember. I don't even remember the time when I think I wasn't surprised. I think you've always you've always managed to do good makeup. I don't remember being, oh, that was okay. Or, you know, I told you you're natural at it. So
and I think
I don't know.
just like seeing you be so interested in makeup made me go, oh, what's so interesting about makeup?
is
And
it?
then
I didn't know. I thought
it started when I first saw your
And you
little box, and I stole
stole a
that
lot.
little box of makeup, and I thought this looks fun. It's because to me, I started off in like painting, like
yes,
art,
yes, drawing.
and
yes,
so I thought this is similar. Like I could do something like this. And at first, I didn't go into beauty makeup. I first started in, or I was more interested in like horror special effects makeup, which you did also. In,
yeah, it's part of a course. Yeah,
in
Singapore.
Cosmo. But then it was more like a gateway for me to makeup because I told myself if I'm gonna go into makeup, that means I'm like gay. I'm like leveling up the gayness. And so I wanted to, dabble in special effects makeup because it's technically, putting shit on your face. But it's deliberately making yourself look scary. But ultimately, I did end up going into beauty makeup, which stuck better. And now, it's also the same with fitness. Like I didn't start working out or taking care of my body until recently. So most of the things that you did, I'm right behind it. So let's see what else you're gonna do. Actually, the other day I was thinking about, oh, maybe I should take a course in fitness, in coaching, to help mommy in her gym. Because
I think and that's a good intention, right? You're young. You got to try. You got to
everything
learn. You got to
once.
get certification. Yes, being good at something is one thing, but you got to have certificate too, right? You put experience and paper together, not
I guess
one
because
or
that's
the
what
other.
makes someone legit.
Yes, it's not just the legit. It's
But
about.
do you think like without your certification, would you be getting as much attention in fitness or makeup as you would without it?
I think it's more the confidence that it gives me
Okay.
that made it a difference. Like, of course, this is Macau. You're not really required, but having it makes you. I know what I'm talking about. Kind of in your head, right? Some people would ask, right? So you be ready. I didn't. I would never. Well, at least I don't just learn in YouTube and then
YouTube.
YouTube and learn and start charging, right? I always try and put value to my work. Then I if anyone wants it, this is how much my time is worth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So another thing I'd like to add is, for me, I feel Kate and I had many discussions like this. Because whenever we talk about what we like to do or what we're like passionate in doing, I feel like we are like a split of you, where she's
Really?
more into, well, maybe not the phase, and the she's more into fitness, and
So
I'm
you
more
think I
into,
influence you?
yes, no,
You
I
never accept that.
no, okay, see, okay,
Give me the credit.
I think she
No,
no, she
don't
definitely she definitely influenced me in a lot of what I do, especially in makeup, because I thought, wow, if
This old
no,
woman.
no, no, no. I was gonna say, old dogs can learn new tricks, and so I thought maybe I should, have a go at something that I'm not really like out of my comfort zone, and so Kate as well. She's doing. What's she doing? Sports therapy.
Sports management.
Sports management, and in a sense, it's going almost into that fitness, but more business aspect, which is also you. Like you are
You think
inherently.
it's me?
Yes, I think it's. I really do think. No, but I think like the things that you do, because you put so much emphasis into doing what you love, or
Working for it.
working for. Oh well, that too. I think that's like common sense, but not.
No, it's not common sense. People nowadays just go, I want to do this, but they don't prepare for it. They don't train. I want to run the marathon, and then
Oh, I will talk about it. I will talk about that. But anyway.
it makes me like, no, train then, train. So you don't put your
Oh, so
your.
wait, so this is for Kate. What do you have? Because what is your message to Kate for running the marathon?
She still have time, right? I think. Yes, I have to admit that decision of her running is probably more an influence than her own choice.
Mm-hmm.
However, you into it already. You understand? So you need to prepare. You can't
Yeah.
just expect, oh, it's a mental thing. Yes, it is a mental thing, but you're also gonna risk hurting your body, right? Because the
Yes.
body and the mind need to work at that time, right? You're
Yes.
gonna be running where you're hurting, and then you can push through.
Yes.
It's only 21K, right? But after, no, listen. But after the 21K, you're broken. Then you can never run again. Then you can never do this again. That's what I'm trying to say. I think train hard, right? So that the actual activity, the actual marathon in this case, is just the icing in the cake. You fast, you're slow, it doesn't matter. It's the training that really is what matters, to be honest.
The training, I guess. So
So if you're not training, like you're not.
okay, like complete. I am.
Okay.
I am. What are you talking about? I am. The other one isn't. So you have a. you
No,
have a
I
message
don't.
for-
That's another discussion. You
Oh,
you
I
need to
am. I am.
properly.
Yes, of course, properly. Remember, okay, so
How do you know properly?
so
You're running
in-
2K
so no
to
no,
prepare
no.
for your 21.
No. Listen,
Sorry.
I talked about motivation versus consistency. So my motivation to running the marathon is to spite you. Because she didn't believe in me. She's like, oh,
No,
you're not going
well,
to run.
yes.
But anyways, well, yes.
Actually, Jeff did say, "Oh, should we sign up for Kuya?" We didn't sign up for you. Do you know that?
Yeah, I know. And then you
Initially-
told me and I was hurt.
and then
I was
I
like, how
told-
dare you?
I told you, and you go, "But I don't think you would want to do it." And you go, "No, I'll do it."
Yes.
And I said, "This was the bet. Okay, we'll sign you up. But if you change your mind and don't
I
do
won't
it,
change my mind. I'm very
you
set.
pay.
I'm very
You
set.
pay. That's how
Because
much
for me,
my trust is in you. You pay."
yes.
Which
And I completely had the notion of, oh, I have to run, even though I haven't ran in years. But going towards the end of this podcast, I just want to talk about following in your footsteps, right? So you're now running, and I am also now running. But anyway, the motivation versus consistency thing. My motivation is to spite you, but I would say I've like stayed consistent, and I think that like it doesn't matter like how much you ran, as long as you like ran it. Like I've like the reason why I ran the two, because I wasn't really like feeling it that day. But prior to that, I run like my 5Ks. Hello. I run my 5Ks and I run my 10Ks. And speaking of 10Ks, we have my 10K to run in
March
2 weeks.
17, yes.
2 weeks. But anyways, yes. So motivation and consistency. Like I don't think like it has to be either or. you like the two have to work harmoniously. It's a big word for you. Harmoniously, because you cannot consistently like put effort in without like the motivation to do something. And also it could be like,
I think you can't really. I disagree. Motivation come and go. Most of the time.
I know,
most
but
of the time,
I know, but
be
motivation
disciplined.
is a
Discipline is better. Discipline and
Yes.
consistency.
which I talked about actually. Consistency builds discipline and good habits.
Yes.
Motivation is a very short term thing.
But remember, discipline. No, consistency with no intensity is also
But it's progress with nonetheless. But
no,
anyway,
consistently mediocre is.
I know
one
consistently
thing.
bad.
Correct. You know what I mean? Like you got to
Yes.
work. You
No, I
gotta
know.
shake
Which
it up.
can I finish? Can I finish what I was talking about with motivation? So like it depends on the level of motivation you have, because it also determines on the efforts in which you consistently put in. You can be consistently good because your motivation is like, oh, I really want to be good at this. But if your motivation is like, oh, I just want to do it, you'll end up putting like consistently low effort things, like efforts, you know. And so, like I said, in some way, motivation.
So which one do you think is important? Motivation or
I said
discipline?
consistency.
Discipline.
Consistency. Because like I said, consistency.
But if you're not disciplined, you can't be consistent. So discipline
No.
is important.
That's what I'm saying. Consistency builds discipline.
Discipline builds
also-
consistency.
Anyways, consistency ultimately builds good habits, discipline, and yes, because discipline and good habits. And I talked about in the last thing, like a lot of people say they're going to, I think you mentioned it like earlier, like they will do something but then they won't like consistently go at it. Which is very common, which is why a lot of people are at the gym at New Year but never stick to it. So yes. Anyways, that is the end of this episode. So,
Sorry, I sing because
because she hurt herself.
I injured myself.
Yes, she's putting it up her poussoir. So
Not really, very close to it though.
very close to her poussoir. Anyway, so where can I find you if they want to follow you?
Oh.
Not your Facebook, Friendster, MySpace, or even Instagram if you're on it.
You need my Instagram?
No, if
Minimum.
if they want to follow you, how do you spell it?
Huh?
How do you spell
I
it?
don't know.
I'll just
M-I-
pop it up in the
Bing.
screen. I'll pop it up in the screen. So, okay. Anyways, that's the end of the episode. We'll see you next week. Okay, that's it.